This time last year, I was over 27 stone, heading to an early grave. Operation Transformation didn't just change my life, it saved my life. I am now 7 stone lighter, living life to the full, more active and happier more than ever. Look what I've achieved, and so can you too. Get off that couch and follow the Operation Transformation plan.
Operation Transformation is back. Tonight we meet the first of our new leaders for 2016, all ready to lead the nation on our most ambitious journey yet.
Operation Transformation! Yeah!
You can follow Operation Transformation online at RTÉ.ie/OT, weekdays on RTÉ Radio 1 and on 2FM, and join me, Catherine Thomas, here every Wednesday and Thursday night. Over the next 7 weeks, we'll be following 5 people, from the simply overweight to the seriously obese. They're all trying to get their lives back on track. And you can do it with them by following their food and fitness plans online at RTÉ.ie/OT. Helping us choose those 5 leaders are our team of experts. GP Dr. Ciara Kelly, dietitian Aoife Hearn, fitness expert Carl Henry, and psychologist Dr. Eddie Murphy. The search for this year's leaders began last October on the Ray D'Arcy Show on RTÉ Radio 1, and the applications came flooding in. We invited 20 brave candidates to our assessment day in Sportslink Santry. Under the watchful eye of Dr. Ciara and dietitian Aoife, they were measured and checked, while Carl tested their physical limits in the pool.
Don't leave today without giving your absolute all.
This is my fight song. Take back my
Come on, Dennis. Come on. Good man.
You're going to go for this one is to swim the whole thing, all right? You're well able to do it.
And with Operation Transformation, nobody gets left behind. But for many of our would-be leaders, this journey isn't just about losing weight.
The circle of truth is all about honesty.
The only way I can describe it is I'm on a very dark road. Don't know which way to go.
That I could be gone before I'm meant to go because of my weight.
I feel like I'm a passenger in my own life. I don't live the life I want to live.
My head, hoping no one will see me walking along.
It had been a long and emotional day for our 20 courageous would-be leaders.
I have to get my head right. Sorry. Right. Do you know, I really do, and I need to do it for myself.
Yeah.
Choosing just 5 would be a very difficult task. But after a tough week of deliberation, I was on the road to reveal our first leader live on the Ray D'Arcy Show on RTÉ Radio 1.
It's Operation Transformation Leader Reveal time.
And I'm running through a farm yard at the minute. Hello! Lucy Dillon! Congratulations, get out here, please!
At just 24, Lucy Dillon is our youngest leader this year. Lucy lives in Clonmel, County Westmeath, with her boyfriend Connor. Last year, they got a big surprise when daughter Molly came along.
Huge shock. I was 23, in college, running the house, cooking dinner, everything. It was just mad. Molly's a happy little kid. She's great. She wants to do different things. She wants to go outside. She wants to go on her trike. You need energy and you need to be in the right frame of mind, you know.
She's a great mother, so she does everything for Molly there.
But juggling her day job in the Knightsbrook Hotel and keeping up with a busy toddler is proving tricky for Lucy, particularly when it comes to her diet.
I could have no breakfast some day, I could have 2 breakfasts some other days. I pick at things throughout the day. Like even when I cook in the dinner, I could have a bar, I could have 2 bars and forget about it.
Lucy is now at her heaviest and is categorised as very obese. But her struggle with her weight is something that she's dealt with from an early age.
I was always heavy as a child.
I do remember the first communion. It was practically having to buy a wedding dress, not a first communion dress, you know.
I nearly felt a bit more special because I got my dress made. I suppose I always just made light of every situation. I was 15 when I went to Weight Watchers. I was 15 stone.
Despite putting on a brave face, underneath it all, Lucy's weight has slowly chipped away at her self-esteem.
Weight affects me just in loads of different ways.
It does affect Lucy. She never really shows it. At certain times it comes, you know.
Like, I'm 24. I don't feel 24 like when I walk into a shop and see those lovely clothes that people my age would be wearing. Like, I'm just settling for stuff that just cover me, I suppose.
But it's not just her weight that's damaging Lucy's life. Perhaps her most worrying and self-destructive habit is her smoking.
I'd smoke one after the other in the car. Obviously when Molly's not in it, but if I go to work, I could have 3 cigarettes before work. When I go into work, I have 2 cigarettes throughout the whole day. Coming home, you'd have 3 before you pick Molly up. Get Molly to bed, you'd have another 2 or 3 in the evening. It nearly just kind of takes my mind off things. Like if I'm stressed out or if I'm rushing, I just love lighting up a cigarette.
Smoking is putting Lucy's health at great risk. And with her family's medical history, that's a risk she can't afford to take.
My mum was 54 when she passed away. She had lung cancer. She got it and she got treatment, but cancer just spread all over her body and unfortunately just took her away. I was only 21. I remember she got home the day of my 21st birthday. And I was so happy because she was able to come home from the hospital. I remember having breakfast with her. She died a month later. I just missed the bond and her text me every 10 minutes of the day to see where I am, or writing stupid stuff on Facebook, making a show of me, or putting up pictures. I just miss her.
She sort of went on as if nothing sort of happened, but wasn't showing it, you know, but inwardly it hit quite hard. Yeah.
Just so much has happened in the last 3 years. I just feel like I'm just at the top now and I can just breathe. It's just time to change and just do it for me.
Lucy is finally ready to take control of her weight.
You're very welcome. First weigh-in of 2016. Let's do it. Good luck. Up you get. Okay, Lucy, your starting weight for Operation Transformation 2016 is 16 stone, 13 and a half pounds. All right. Ciara.
I suppose what stands out for me is your smoking. That has to change. That's got to be part of embracing a healthy lifestyle. There's no point in you having the fabulous figure and taking the exercise and eating healthy and still smoking. You can do this.
Yeah, I can. I will.
Eddie.
One of the areas that we're going to need to look at is that whole area of bypassing that death of your mum. It's almost like, you know, we need to go back there a little bit to really help you move on so that you don't get stuck again.
It's just when you bring up about Mum, like...
The thing about grief, and you know, is to understand to get over grief, you have to go through grief and go all the way in and go all the way out.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that on your own. You're going to be supported in that process. People say, you know, time heals. You're a good example that time just doesn't heal. It's what you do with the time that heals.
Yeah.
This week, my target is £5. Come on, Ireland, we can do it together.
If you would like to follow Lucy, log on to RTÉ.ie/OT, where you can pick a leader and follow their food and exercise plan. The plan begins once all 5 leaders have been revealed. And you can join Lucy at our first event this weekend. The Operation Transformation Nationwide Walks, in association with Sport Ireland and the local sport partnerships, kick off at 10 a.m. this Saturday in 53 locations nationwide. Log on to RTÉ.ie/OT for details of your nearest walk. And remember, every transformation starts with a single step. So get those runners on and get walking. Join us after the break when we meet our next 2 leaders.
You are our most unhealthy leader.
This really is the last chance for you.
In the meantime, move away from those hobnobs and don't dare put the kettle on, because now it is over to you. For the next 3 minutes, we want to get everybody moving.
Welcome to the very first ad break challenge. This year, I want you off the couch and exercising for the next few minutes. Tonight's challenge is a very simple jumping jack. From here, right the way up and back down. So off the couch, get started and join in. Don't stop till part 2.
Keep going!
I'm trying, Maxie.
And 3, 2, 1 more, 1. Take a breather. Well done. Just completed your very first ad break challenge.
Absence, they say, makes the heart grow fonder, but fitness makes it better. It's your move.
So don't forget to have your runners ready for tomorrow night's ad break challenge.
And 3, 2, 1.
Our next leader is 51-year-old Nolene Lynham from County Westmeath. She's Deputy Principal at St Patrick's National School in Baconstown, County Meath.
Children are lovely, parents are supportive, fun colleagues, and it's never been a chore going into work.
She might be surrounded by children during the day, but in the evenings, Nolene is more than happy to immerse herself in the grown-up world.
Being single in Ireland is interesting. I haven't given up hope. I would love to meet someone. But neither am I sitting at home every evening crying into my cushion, watching reruns of Say Yes to the Dress and waiting for someone to come and save me. No, I mean, I have a very good life. I don't regret not having children. I'm a teacher. Here's 27 that were made earlier. Have fun with them and send them home.
She's a very young 50. I think she's more like a sister than an auntie. Like, I've been on foreign holidays with Nolene and just get on with her like a friend more than anything. She's just loads of fun.
I'm very close to my nieces. Maybe they're the daughters I never had. I like to think I'm the trendy aunt.
With a busy social and family life, Nolene is seldom at home and rarely cooks for herself.
I could eat out maybe 2-3 times a week. And a bad week, probably maybe 4 or 5.
She'd be on her way home from school And I suppose rather than cook for herself, she'd call into some of the restaurants on the way home and have her food there.
A lot of the local restaurants do fantastic 2 courses for €10. And of course you have to eat the 2 courses.
She eats a lot, yeah. In other people's houses as well.
Yes.
Yeah. It saves all the peeling and chopping and cooking for one person.
So I think for her to come home and cook a dinner will actually be a big deal for her. She was in our house the other day asking my dad for the rubber part that goes around the oven, and we were kind of saying, well, what do you use now? So I just imagine that she keeps like handbags and shoes in her oven. I don't know if she ever cooks anything.
Noeline may not know her way around the kitchen, but food and weight have always been a concern for her.
I have been, I would say, on some sort of a diet since I was 16. If I wanted to lose some weight, maybe there was a wedding coming up or an event, I would be really good for 2-3 weeks. Weight would be gone, look great at the wedding, and the day after, you know, back to the old habits, and the weight went back on and a little bit more. Physically, I'm feeling my weight around my mid area, bum, thighs, all over. Every pound is stuck to me like a limpet and it is not moving. I think there is a perception that, you know, no, you're fine, you've got no problems. But the danger is I do have problems. And if I don't stop it now, it's just going to continue to get worse. If I could lose the stone, I would be very happy.
Well, I'd love her to reach her goal, whatever she wants to do during the programme, and come out smiling at the far end.
To enjoy it.
And to enjoy it.
I think that Noeline represents those people who have a stone or 2 to lose, and you know, you just need the motivation, and I think that she'll be really good to motivate people. And if she could do it, then we can all do it.
Noeline's journey back to a healthy weight starts here.
Are you ready?
Yes, yeah.
Good luck. Up you get for the first weigh-in of 2016. Okay, Noeline, your starting weight for Operation Transformation 2016 is 11 stone, 11 and a half pounds.
Okay.
All right?
Yes, okay.
Okay, Carl.
As a nation, we have a big problem with being overweight being seen as being normal. That 1 or 2 stone overweight, people see it not dangerous, when the reality is it's equally as dangerous as being 2, 5 or even 10 stone overweight. So I'm delighted you're here. Welcome on board.
Aoife.
The one thing we know is that diets don't work. And what the research tells us is that just 2% of people that go on a diet to lose weight are actually successful with maintaining that weight loss. It doesn't matter if it's low carb or low fat or whatever it is, only 2 out of all those 100 people are actually going to keep that weight off for life. And I think, you know, there are many people that are in your very same position, that for their whole life they've believed that living well is about following a diet. And I suppose for me, I want your message to be that it is so much more than that.
The word diet is a 4-letter word. It's gone from my vocabulary. It's all about healthy eating, healthy living. So let's get going.
If you want to follow Noeline, log on to RTÉ.ie/OT and find your healthy eating plan for life. This year, Operation Transformation isn't just for 8 weeks. You can now follow us online and on radio all year round with our most ambitious campaign yet, the Operation Transformation £1 Million Challenge. Based on an idea that started in one of the fattest cities in America,
Oklahoma City may have finally shed an image that for too long has weighed it down.
When their mayor made a very controversial decision.
This city is going on a diet.
The city of Oklahoma came together to shed £1 million. And now Ireland will be the first country in the world to take on this challenge.
They did it in Oklahoma City, we're going to do it here.
That's right, we're challenging Ireland to lose £1 million over the next 12 months.
Without doubt, this is the most important initiative that I've been involved with. Ever.
So tune in tomorrow night to be part of this historic campaign and get your friends, colleagues and family all involved in the Operation Transformation £1 Million Challenge.
Come on, Ireland, it's your move!
Last up tonight, 47-year-old John Connolly. He lives with his wife Yvonne and daughter Amber Lily in Belmullet, County Mayo. Fun Bobby's Bistro is John's own restaurant and his passion is cooking. He spends up to 15 hours a day dishing up breakfast, lunch and dinner to his local patrons. All that food certainly doesn't help John's waistline.
Like when I go to work in the morning, I tear into it. You go the whole day, snacking and picking, and then the chefs will be asking you, taste this sauce, taste that sauce. So you're tasting the creamy sauce and everything else. We make like homemade cheesecakes, banoffee pies, things like that. I wouldn't be into them, but you're going to have a little slice of see, is it all right?
And the bad habits continue after work.
Enjoy a few pints after work. There's 3 or 4 places of drinking in Belmullet. We'd always have a few pint glasses in the freezer. And as soon as I come in, out of the freezer with it, in on the tap, they know first 2 pints. Don't even touch the side of the glass. It's like mother's milk, isn't it? You have to have a relief valve. You have to have your many little vices in life. And there's worse ones out there than the 24, 30 pints of lager I drink in the week. Now, a lot of people might disagree with that.
No need for it. No need for it at all. You know, finish work, go to the pub, not come home. Finish work, go to the pub, not come home. And but he maintains because he works so hard that he's entitled to do that.
John might think he's earned those pints, but his lifestyle has put a strain on his family. And in 2012, his marriage hit a rocky patch.
I was separated for 2 years because of my work ethic. Work all day, have a few beers at night. I get home, my wife had gone to bed, my baby had gone to bed, I'm going again the next morning. So something had to give over that.
And it was a very difficult time, extremely difficult time for everybody. Yeah, it really was. It was John's work, and he couldn't say no to anything or anybody, but yet he could say no to what? To his home life.
It gets messy, so it does, because one is kind of blaming the other type thing. In the middle, there's a little girlie that needs both parents. You hopefully come out the other end of it. You're a better person for it, hopefully, and you hope you don't repeat the mistakes you made the first time.
But John knows more than most that family time is precious. And in the Circle of Truth, he told how the loss of his parents changed his young life forever.
My dad passed away in 91 and mum in 94. Mum was only 47 from cancer. And dad was 58 in brain hemorrhage. They died 3 years apart. I had an 11-year-old brother and a 13-year-old brother.
He gave up everything for us, and he was very well respected in the chefing world and great job, and gave it all up to come back to Bangor to look after us.
I won't say it wasn't tough times. Oh, there was nights I'd cry in bed, but I couldn't let the lads see that. And you get up in the morning, you'd be chirpy and cheerful again,
When they passed away and he was looking after the 2 lads, he was running away from the problem. He was running away from that he had to mourn himself. And I actually think he's still running. And that's why the weight has just increased to what it's increased to, and his health has got as bad as it has. 10 years ago, it was, if he doesn't do this or doesn't do that, he'll develop diabetes and develop X, Y, and Z. Now he's them developed.
I have to change, both for my health and my family.
More than everything else now, John wants to be around for his 5-year-old daughter, Amber Lily.
She's an absolute diamond. She's just such a fun, loving girling, and that's what she is, just a squeezy little girling. I want to be around for her. I want to see her go down the aisle.
We're behind him 100%. So the support he's given us the past 20-odd years is going to be the support we're going to try and cram into 8 weeks.
He's hitting 50. It has to change now. If it doesn't change now, it will never change. This is his last chance.
You're seeing John Connery now, the heaviest he's ever going to be. And you'll never see him this weight again.
The nation now gets to hold John to that promise.
New start, let's go. Up you get onto the weighing scales. Okay, John, your starting weight for Operation Transformation 2016 is 22 stone and 6 pounds.
Ouch.
Ciara.
You are our most unhealthy leader. The first thing we need to address is your alcohol intake. The amount of alcohol you are drinking is destroying your liver and is creating the problems you have with your diabetes. It's also thousands and thousands of calories per week in dead calories, no nutrition, pure sugar. It's destroying your life. You're 47, you're a young man, and this is your last chance. Please take it.
Ready?
I'll be straight with you now. When I look at all the relationships in your life with food, family, booze and work, I can't think of one relationship that is working at the moment. Not one. I think somewhere along the line, you've got to start working on this. You've got to figure stuff out very fast. You don't have a lot of time, and you've got to start with relationship with your family circle. You've got to build a relationship with work-life balance. You've got to build a relationship with food, and you've got to figure out the booze. There needs to be a big change going on.
Okay. To all my followers out there, I want every man, woman and child, every self-employed person, every ex-fat footballer that's out there to get off their couches, get out on the road, put down the beer glasses, and let's do this journey together.
If you'd like to follow John, then go to RTÉ.ie/OT. And don't forget, you can join John and all our leaders at the nationwide walks this weekend. And once again, we're making shopping for Operation Transformation easy. From lunches on the go to weekly shops. Dunn Stores, SuperValue, Eurospar, Centra and Mace have you covered. We're back tomorrow night at 8:30 to meet the final 2 leaders of 2016.
I'm not your mother. I've got a baby at home and another one on the way. I don't need another one, the 40-year-old one.
See you then.
Now that our sights are set on a beach-ready body, maybe it's time to plan a holiday. Angela Scanlon and Joe Lindsay have all you need to know about Florida on the new series of Getaways tomorrow night at 7 here on RTÉ One. Next, the 9 o'clock news.